Hello. This is your boy Brandon Correa, aka Earfont of Entertainment, and we are back with another video. And I got some entertainment movie news all related to DC. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up if you think you'd be interested in content like this. I haven't been doing a lot of entertainment news videos because there have been a lot of big name IPs, House of the Dragon, Rings of Power, and/or She-Hulk that were all going on. So I was basically doing reviews for all of those. So I was missing out on a lot of the entertainment news that I would like to cover because these type of videos are probably some of my favorite. As an actor, I love knowing about the backgrounds and the behind the scenes stuff that's going on in the industry. So with all these reviews and all these shows coming to an end, I will be focusing more on entertainment news going forward. So if you would be interested in content like this, but don't worry, there will be a ton of trailer reactions on here. I just dropped my Creed 3 official trailer reaction. Like I said, TV show reviews, movie reviews. I'm going to go see Black Adam tomorrow from when I'm posting this. So keep an eye out for that. And like I mentioned, entertainment news, all that good fun stuff. Subscribe to the Brandon Correa Network. You will not regret it. So let's dive into some of this DC news that we were given. So sorry, I will be on my phone because I got my notes on my phone. So bear with me. So the first bit of DC news that we got is James Gunn is actually working on a DC movie, not a TV show, because we know that he did Peacemaker, but James Gunn will be developing a movie for DC. It's unknown yet, but don't be surprised. And this is not known or I didn't hear, but this is something that I'm kind of speculating. Don't be surprised if we hear James Gunn, and I mentioned it before, but don't be surprised if we hear that James Gunn signs a big deal with Warner Brothers so that any project that he wants to work on and make going forward will have to be under Warner Brothers, like Matt Reeves just did recently. I'm sure that news is going to be coming very, very soon, that James Gunn is permanently under the Warner Brothers banner, or that he signed a big deal with them. I could see it happening after Guardians 3 comes out, because he's already mentioned that Guardians 3 will be the last iteration of this team. So I could see him kind of stepping away from that to go do something else. The second bit of news is the Wonder Woman 3 script is being worked on, which that's not a surprise to anyone. Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman anyway, was generally accepted by most people. A lot of people received it really well and they enjoyed it. I really liked the first Wonder Woman movie. The dead man scene in the war in the second act of the movie, I absolutely love that scene. And we know that Wonder Woman was one of the most well received of all the movies. So with Wonder Woman 2 coming out, and that wasn't as well received as the other ones, I didn't really enjoy it as much as the first one. Even though that happened, I'm not surprised that Wonder Woman 3 is being worked on, especially now with the other DC news that I will get into. With the new regime at Warner Brothers, it does seem like they are interested and focused on the DCEU characters and keeping those characters and continuing to grow the universe that they have already laid in place. So the third bit of DC news is that Matt Reeves is actually going to be overseeing other directors and creators to kind of build out the rest of his Batman universe that he's established in the Batman. So they've basically, Warner Brothers has appointed Matt Reeves as a kind of Kevin Feige figure of his own universe, not DC, but of his own, the Batman universe. So we're probably not going to see other superheroes come into this universe. It's probably just going to be just Batman centric. We may see like the Bat Family, Robin, Batgirl, stuff like that. And obviously rogue gallery characters from Batman. It's been reported that characters that they're interested in looking at are Scarecrow, like a Scarecrow potential show or a potential movie, or something like Clayface, right? So Matt Reeves is looking into finding and creating projects that are connected to this Batman universe, but may not directly have Batman or Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne Batman in it. So I'm very, very interested to see how this pans out, who he gets for these projects, because the Batman is probably still in my top 3 movies of this year. I loved it. It was an amazing film. World building, amazing. Storytelling, amazing. Cinematography, amazing. Matt Reeves knocked that movie out of the park. So him getting to further build this universe with other creators is an amazing thing to hear. It further solidifies that he is under the Warner Brothers banner and that he will be there for a long time, making a lot of amazing projects. So I'm very interested to see how this Batman universe plays out. So up next, the next bit of DC news is the Flash 2 script is done. Yes, Flash 2, the script is complete. So I'm somewhat surprised, but not. So I'm surprised because with everything going on with Ezra Miller, it's very surprising that they are so sure about doing a Flash 2, because they're most likely gonna have to recast. So for them to want to go forward with it so quickly, it means that the first Flash movie is actually really good. So it's forcing them to have to think about making another one or have that script ready so that if it capitalizes and really blows up the way they want it to, they don't have to long talk, and they'll have that script already ready for them to kind of continue the story that they're planning to tell us. But honestly, with all the Ezra Miller stuff, I could have sworn that Warner Brothers would have just kind of pushed the Flash to the side a bit, maybe just focus on the main trinity of the DC, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and figure out that Flash stuff. If they're going to recast him, if they're going to do a different version of Flash, maybe like Kid Flash, Wally West. Like, I really thought that they were going to shelve the Flash and kind of figure that character out and then maybe bring him back into the fold. But the fact that Flash 2 is already written, like the script is done, this means that Warner Brothers has a ton of faith in this movie and that this movie may be actually amazing. Even with all the drama going on, there's no way, if this movie was okay, that they would want a Flash 2 script done as soon as possible, because Flash 2 isn't even coming out till next year. So the fact that Flash 2 is already done, to me, it means they have a ton of confidence in this movie, which is very, very, very interesting, and it intrigues me a lot. And it makes me wonder what could come out of this movie. And some other news related to that. Again, why I say this is crazy is because Ezra Miller, recently, it's been reported that he could face up to 25 years in prison, which I was like, yo, my jaw dropped when I heard that, because I was like, one, that's crazy in itself, but two, it's like, here's something else. And it's just like, three, with the Flash 2 script being done, but then this a possibility, they have to be thinking about recasting or potentially doing another Flash character. Like, there's no way they're going to be going forward with this guy. So it's going to be interesting to even see how his trial and court stuff pans out, to even see if he'll be out. So some crazy, crazy stuff coming out of that movie and that whole situation. So let's hope it all works out, because I'm very interested in that movie. Now, the last bit of DC news is the big one, the big kahuna, okay? Now, I've mentioned in a lot of my other DC coverage videos that I am a Man of Steel supporter. I am a Man of Steel actually defendant. I have, in many cases, to random people, to even some of my friends, I've had to defend Man of Steel and explain to them why Man of Steel is actually an excellent movie, okay? The opening scene with Russell Crowe on Krypton, cinematography, visually, this movie looks amazing. The Krypton scene, amazing, okay? Michael Shannon in the beginning scene of Man of Steel bodied it, but he bodied the entire movie. His character, his Zod character, is amazing. But after we have the opening scene on Krypton, we have a lot of buildup, and then we have 45 minutes of amazing, hard-hitting action, which I absolutely love when him and Zod and the rest of the Kryptonians start to go at it. Amazing. I'm a Man of Steel defendant. So Henry Cavill is my Superman. I really think that he embodies Superman really well. Maybe not exactly personality-wise, because I know a lot of people like Superman to be more hopeful and cheery in a sense, but I'm talking about visually. Like, Henry Cavill looks like he can just literally be Superman, right? So I like Man of Steel, and I am a defendant of that movie, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but with all this stuff going on with Black Adam, these rumors that it's not even a rumor at this point, it's that Henry Cavill is in Black Adam. But with all that going on, it seems like the new regime at Warner Brothers will be going forward with Henry Cavill Superman, and that they will be making a Man of Steel 2. It is confirmed that a Man of Steel 2 is in development, which is amazing to hear. And I'm sure with the change of the regime, Man of Steel 2 isn't going to be the exact same tone as Man of Steel 1. And I'm okay with that. I know they're going to have to change up some things and kind of approach it a little bit differently, but just hearing that Henry Cavill is back and that he will be getting a Man of Steel 2. And I also did hear that the deals that he signed, they were for multiple movies, which means that he's going to be showing up in other people's movies or maybe a Justice League movie. So it seems like the heads up at Warner Brothers are going forward with the DCEU and Matt Reeves' The Batman universe. But with the DCEU, they're making Wonder Woman 3, they're bringing back Henry Cavill. We did hear that they are bringing back Ben Affleck as Batman. So they are really focusing on the DCEU, and they're trying to continue with the foundation that they've built to grow it out further, because there is some good foundation in there and there is some good stuff there that they can build out further. So I am amazed and very happy to hear that they are bringing Henry Cavill back and that he will be getting a Man of Steel 2. But I'm also sure they won't call it Man of Steel 2. It'll probably be called Superman or Man of Tomorrow, right? Something like that. I doubt it's going to be called Man of Steel 2. It's going to have a different title name. But regardless, there is a Superman movie coming with Henry Cavill, and I am excited. So that is it for this video. If you like to hit the thumbs up, if you think you'd be interested in content like this, entertainment news, trailer reactions, movie and TV show reviews, subscribe to the Brandon Cryer Network. You will not regret it. And let me know in the comments what you think about all this DCE news, and if you are excited for a Man of Steel 2, if you even liked Man of Steel, or if you just liked Henry Cavill but you didn't like Man of Steel. Let me know in the comments. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. I appreciate you for watching. Catch you next time.